Well, ladies and gents, welcome to Raymond Terrace, the hangar, the home of the Raymond Terrace Jets, for the 2025-26 Rookies State Finals. It's the pairs up right now, and we're about to get underway with our first match, which is Heath Bulgin and Shane McManus of Halekulani. They're taking on Patrick Caldwell and John Semple from Birrong. We've got a couple of special guest commentators coming in now. We've got rookie and junior bowler extraordinaire, Chelsea Renoff, and the big man here at Raymond Terrace, the bowls coordinator, Lennon Scott, former state singles champion, platinum pennant player, and knows these greens like the back of his hand. Welcome, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Absolute pleasure. Makes my job easier. So the hangar's been the home of the Raymond Terrace Jets. I'll say that again. It's also been the home of the rookies now for, well, it's 17 years since we played our first finals here at Raymond Terrace. We've played 15 times, of course, lost 2 for COVID. And in that time, there's been over 15,500 people playing the rookies.
Pretty big turnout.
15,500
players in the rookies. So added up the singles and the pairs.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, wow.
So each of these teams is qualified through a regional qualifying tournament. We have at least one team from every one of the regions, and the remaining 16 places divided up based on the number of entries to try and smooth and even out the qualification process. And Chelsea, we're going to get to see you playing later on. Well, maybe not on the live stream. Well, maybe not till you're in the finals.
No, yes. Fingers crossed.
You've qualified through the Nepean qualifying.
Yeah, I'm with Whitney from Austral. She actually made it. We both made it up to Raymond Terrace last year, but with different partners from our clubs.
Sack the partners. Sack the partners, eh?
Yeah, they're not rookies anymore.
No, you get 2 chances, that's it. So Heath on the mat now. He's using a turquoise-coloured Allmark edge.
Allmark edges. Don't see them too often anymore.
And the green Taylor SRV that's near the jack is, of course, Patrick Caldwell's. Birrong holding 1. So, Leonard, you'd be best one to talk about the speed and the line you need on this green.
Yeah, it can vary a little bit, but it's pretty consistent around 16, I would say. It can get quicker, depending on the weather and humidity and moisture and on the green and things like that.
It's a green where TYG is, you're saying though, isn't it? Take your grass.
Oh yeah, yeah. Nothing for narrow. Everything always working its way back towards the jack. So obviously better to be high rather than low, because yeah, you can certainly get punished if you miss it underneath.
And your weighted shots, better to go a bit quicker?
Generally, one of the things that we sort of, like, you know, most of our players for that matter, it doesn't matter whether it's a platinum player or a 6th grader, an advantage that we tend to have over the visiting teams is that we obviously play on the greens more, so we have more of an understanding of how to play that in-between shot. But as a rule, yeah, you're right, it's better to go quicker rather than softer. Sometimes the so-called right shot, or what it might appear to be the right shot, is often the wrong one and way too hard.
So the orange bowl just came in as Shane McManus. I think he's got 2nd there. Just out of count. Good effort, just snuck through the 2 front ones.
Another thing, a little bit of inside knowledge, and we harped on about it last year, and we pretty well harp on about it every year. They obviously rolled up. They had one end roll up, right? Yeah, and coming back this end, they had 2 end roll up, didn't they, Andrew?
No, just the one.
No, just one. So yeah, there you go. So 1 end roll up going up towards the road, and then starting the game coming back this way. There's 2 different speeds.
It's an uphill and a downhill.
Yeah. So,
just a small difference.
Yeah. I mean, mind you would have thought that everybody would be sailing through coming this way, because this is the downhill way, having rolled up the hill. But has it occurred?
Maybe they know the inside knowledge as well.
Maybe they do. It's pretty well advertised.
Yeah.
A couple of bowls left after this one. I think it's still 1 to Birrong.
Mind you, keeping that in your head the entire game, uphill, downhill, it can be a bit of a chore.
Yeah. Well, I heard someone told me when you're going uphill towards the road, you do T to T, and then when you go downhill, you do a short one and it'll throw your opponent off.
If you're good enough, yeah, that works.
Yeah, I'd probably throw myself off while doing it, knowing me.
I think the important thing, though, like any green, it's to play every shot with confidence.
Yeah, for sure.
So pick what shot you're going to play and then back yourself to play it. Well, he's not quite turned that one up enough. So it's an 11-end game in the rookies. Very, very cutthroat. We have 4 sessions for you today. And we do have 8 sections. 2 of them actually aren't playing in every session. We've got 12 rinks in action. So we're playing 4 sessions. Sections 7 and 8 sitting off this session. 5 and 6 next session. 3 and 4 in session 3. And 1 and 2. Well, they're all finished after 3 sessions, so they get number 4 off.
It's not a decent line here.
This should finish nicely.
Yep, I think so. I think that's the shot.
Very well played.
Obviously, that's the wider side of the green too, the side that he just played.
2 to Birrong.
One of those ones you spoke about earlier, Andrew, about being confident. The orange bowls. Who belongs to those? What's his name?
So there's Shane McManus.
Shane McManus. Yeah, he had a licence to be up with his last bowl, really.
And that athletic-looking fellow standing there is Nick. He's
helping him with the scoring.
Yeah. So we're using digital scoring for this event. So we do have Nick and Lee from our staff just available for each of the teams for the first couple of ends, just to make sure that they're settling into using the scoring app. Well, and Lennon, you would have seen that in action during the Platinum Pennant.
Yep. You've been doing it in the over 40s for a little bit too. Yeah. Used it a few times.
Which does mean that if you go to the results.bowlslink.com.au or the BowlsLink app, click on the rookies. What a great starter that one is. Yeah, so if you tap on that and then tap on live, you'll be able to see the progress scores from each of the games that are in action, as well as the past results that are recorded. Well, that's a fantastic starting bowl from Patrick Caldwell, and not a bad response either. So Patrick on the mat again. And Chelsea, do you get another shot at the Junior Championships?
I don't. I turned 18 in February, so my last year at Merimbula was this year.
Oh, that's a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
We're about to announce the State Junior Championships venue and open the entries, so that's all coming up in the near future. So if you're one of those eagerly anticipating the opening of the Junior Championships, it is coming soon. Yeah, feedback on that digital scoring from the Platinum guys was initially they were a little hesitant, but they did love being able to see the results of all the other games in progress and go, well, if that happens, we end up second or we're in the finals contention. Or
yeah, because it got down to the nitty gritty there last year. There was a few things that
got down to the last couple of rounds, and there was a heap of teams that could have made it.
Yeah, there was a lot riding on pretty well every game at the end of the season. So, yeah, it got pretty interesting. And the live scoring sort of, made for good barroom talk at times.
Well, doesn't want too much of a clunk on this one. Little touch is okay. Well, it's a good bowl.
quite often had the boys sitting around, like, you know, checking the live scoring, see what was going on. So, oh, wow, can you believe this is happening? If that happens, then this happens. And, yeah, there was a whole bunch of potentialities at the end of the season last year. Like East Mainland, I think they got bundled out, didn't they?
In the last round.
Yeah, the last round. Like, they were in there the whole time. They were looking the goods, and then, yeah, a few results went against them. And
Well, what a series of bowls that is. Well, so far this end, we've had a stack of good bowls, so we'll replay those as they cross over. The opening bowl of the end.
there's a perler.
A great bowl from Patrick. There's a very good reply from Heath. And then Patrick with his last bowl, I think he just opened it up a little bit. Next bowl on its way down from... I'll actually switch back to live action. And it's not too bad a reply again. He's got little chip, pushed it across. He's probably a couple more down now. A little unfortunate. And Patrick, you probably would have loved just a fraction more grass on his last bowl, just to not touch his own. It's a very good bowl, just an unfortunate result, I think. That's probably where safety in your shot selection comes into play. There's a nice shot here, just arriving. Oh, well. Just got the outside of that bowl. Now, Chelsea, you're going to be playing 3 down here. What shot are you going to select?
Oh, I'd probably stay on the same hand. Oh, let's see what this orange one does actually. Yeah, I'd probably stay on the same hand into the front.
Well, that's actually a very good bowl. You're probably looking for a bit of weight down here, though.
Yep. Push it through just to cut it down. Because he's about 3, I think. I think he's just going to touch wide here.
Yeah. Probably a little bit more weight required just to...
Yeah.
And a bit straighter line.
Yeah, either pushing them through or maybe even touch the jack out to his own. But weight was definitely the call.
Been sitting here 10 minutes and I've been pulled away twice. Sorry.
Popular around here.
I think that's a treble. Yep, 3 shots to Halley. Good bounce back for them.
Better head of bowls, that one. Mind you, the Birrong guy played a couple of good bowls the last end, especially the last bowl.
Well, I think he actually played a couple of good bowls. He was just a little unfortunate with his last bowl, the lead, that he touched his own and opened that head up. And then the skipper got that little tiny nick on it, which just pushed it across into his opponent's bowls. So
I missed all that.
I think he was just a little unfortunate. Nevertheless, 3-2 after 2 ends. If you're going to drop shots, early is probably the better time to do it than late.
4 and around the clock, is that what's going on here? Have we picked up on that?
You're a bit more observant on that one than I am, Leonard. Just a slightly narrow line with that one, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Are they the all-mark edges?
Yes.
Yeah, so it won't go too far.
Weight, pretty good.
Yeah, you've got to be close to the boundary peg. It doesn't really matter what sort of bowls you're using, you've got to be close to the boundary peg.
Well, I was rolling up yesterday. I've got dynamics,
Mhm.
and I felt like I was going halfway into the next rink, and they were swooping right in.
There you go. Shot.
There's some greens you play on. I say, take your mark, add another 2 metres onto where you're going, and then just add a little bit more for good measure, and you might be going wide enough. Played on a couple of those lately.
A bit of weight on this one.
Especially now that it's speeding up.
Needs to land it, I think.
Just going to drift past. Still, it's in a reasonable home. It's probably 2 metres behind that one. Doesn't look it on screen, but has just ran on.
Can get a little guide off the boxes that the centre lines create on this ring. Probably shade over 3 feet each box, say 3.5, 4 feet.
1 to 1.2 metres roughly. Nice wide line with this one.
I think he's still got the same weight. Oh no, I'm wrong.
It's coming quite well. Still a couple to Birrong. Patrick with his last bowl, be just looking to get down to that. I wouldn't even mind if Patrick had a foot of weight.
Trail the jack.
Just knock it round the corner, hide it away.
That's the way you approach this one, Andrew, I think. Turn a bowl, trail the jack. He's played it good.
Well, that's tidied it up a little too. It's just made that a little narrower.
Couldn't have played that one much better, to be fair. You know.
Holding 3 and just taking that land on that side off.
He changed the head, and that's what it was. That's what he needed to do. So, we're pretty happy with those 3.
So, you're going to play the Halekulani bowl next. Which hand are you going to come and skip here, Lennon?
Me, Halekulani. Oh, I think he's got to play the same hand. Forehand. You know, maybe poking down on a slightly narrower line, but yeah, well, you can't be too narrow like we said before. So, just more or less the same sort of shot as the last bowl. At this stage, I mean, he's 3 down, so you've got to try to get, something close.
He's played this well. Oh.
Something like that, but it just didn't go too well for him.
Well, he's just got the edge of it, ran through, still 3 down.
That's pretty unlucky.
Yeah, probably made it a bit harder for himself to try and get the jack.
Very unlucky.
There's just a big enough hole between those bowls to make it a missable target.
Yeah, and the worst part too is his bowls ran out of like second or third shot, so he's still 3 down. He needs to try to draw it again, I think.
He's given this one a little push, I think. He saw his reaction. Yeah, just going to hold wide with that extra weight. Well, the good thing for him is he now owns the tee because the respot rule in place, just off the bottom of your screen. It's whether or not you're going to back yourself to be able to kill this end, though.
If he fills a hole with this bowl and makes it look big, it'd be worth going. You don't want to move the jack yourself here either.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I don't think he's made it any easier, and I think he might still be 3 shots.
He's still 3. He's just given the opposition about 5 feet to draw a counter, though. Obviously, those bowls are about 2.5 feet away, so 2.5 on the other side of the jack, 5 feet. Land your bowl in that 5 feet, you score.
Just marking the toucher.
So this is one where you've got to be confident in the line, Andrew. You can't sort of, try to be too direct. You've only got to beat the boundary peg more or less, right?
Yes.
So toss it out. It will come back. Just toss it out, let it come back, draw the shot, put the opposition under the pump a little bit, make him play a shot to recover, and hopefully you get one on your side of the board.
Oh, it's tight.
This is what I said.
Oh, he's going to play to where it was.
Short twos, pace beating.
So before he moved the jack, that
Would have been a
actually would
touch
have been a
over.
pretty good bowl. A chance here. A couple of bowls each left, though. No, one bowl took the play. Sorry, I got fooled by the orange on his bowls cloth. I thought he had one of his in his hand. So last bowl of the head. Holding 3. Play with safety here. Nice. As Lennon said, just beat the boundary peg. What comes to your weight? It's got to be good weight. Let it drift in. You can see his mate there, flicking the fingers, trying to steer it in. It's good enough. That's a very good bowl. It's the closest.
Yeah, it's a shot.
So,
Fancy a 4. Yep.
big exchanges in the opening.
Yeah, high scoring affair so far. Multiples galore.
It's not really what you want in such a short game.
Yeah, you like to score them, you don't like to drop them.
No, that's what I mean.
Yeah, Andrew, it was one of those ones where you had to be, like I said, confident about your grass and just, toss it out, let it do its thing. Try to be a bit too direct, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's see what hand he plays here. It is. It's forehand round the clock.
Well, play what you're strong at. It's probably not what you'd try to teach somebody to do. You'd normally say pick one side of the green and play it all the time as a lead.
Oh, and it's just because you know the line, you only have to pick one line rather than two. You can sort of get into a bit of a rhythm just on one side of the green. You know the pace. Obviously, the pace changes with the width that you have to use as well. So this is the line on the other hand. That's the line on the other hand. So bit of a demonstration of making it a little bit more difficult for yourself.
Usually, you'll try to play one side of the green because the factors of the wind will be more usually left to right or right to left, and you're not playing a narrow hand, wide hand, narrow hand, wide hand by playing round the clock, as Lennon said, which is the same hand both ways, forehand up, forehand back. But I mean, these guys have been playing for less than 30 months, so not exactly overly experienced.
It's a funny one too, like, do you find that most people when they first start favour their forehand, and then after a while they end up developing and changing to prefer their backhand?
Yeah, I do find that.
Yeah,
I prefer my backhand.
Yeah.
I think I play that better than my forehand.
Yeah. But yeah, I remember when I first started, I favoured my forehand. Like when I was only a kid,
Yeah.
I used to play forehand all the time. And now, if you were to ask me the same question, I'd probably say the opposite.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just the first thing you learn, so you get used to it,
Yeah.
and then a bit scared to play the other hand.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is funny.
Fantastic opening bowl from Patrick Caldwell again. He's played at least one good bowl on every end so far. Really laying the platform. And even in 3-bowl pairs, a skipper can dominate, but I think if the lead sets the platform, they set the tone for the game.
Yeah, definitely.
And
Takes a bit of pressure off the skip.
Heath there, he just falls short. Well, what it does mean, I think, if the front end's firing, it means the skip gets on the mat full of confidence and not under pressure.
Yeah.
And not only that, with the respot in play, you can then just start to cover spots and sort of shore up your position.
Always, I have played skip. I love it to be in a lovely, comfy armchair.
Who doesn't?
Around the back for John. That's probably not a bad place to be. He got the tee covered now. He's holding one.
He just demonstrated what I said, I think, Andrew. Shoring up position. He's got one right on top of it. Cover the spot. Now we can see what happens. Start to play around with the head if you want to or you need to.
It's a pretty fair effort. He's just not quite got there.
Probably just drawing high around the blue one now, you think?
Well, I'd be trying to get in and cover the turquoise bowl down behind the jack.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Right, let's get the right screen on. This one here, that's the one I'd be trying to cover. Unfortunately for John, though, he's just pumped another one in. So chance for Shane, he can actually play a little bit of weight here. Looking for the shot bowl. You get a piece of the jack, it could be one down at the back, but a little chip of it across to those ones. Well, he's now got three in that catching area. So really, I think a bowl anywhere in here is perfect.
Correct.
Well, that's a pretty good call from his mate too. Just showing him jack height. I think I would have shown about 2 feet to the left though, just to try and reiterate to play that little bit wide. I know when I skip lower grades normally, so if I'm calling someone on a shot to draw to cover, I'm showing them jack high and I want them to be wide, I'll stand even wider of the jack just to put that width in their mind.
It's better than saying don't be something.
No, as soon as you say don't be narrow.
Yeah, they always are.
Yeah.
No,
The classic, oh, nothing for Ty. What happens?
Well, he's got the intent to play through it, but just not quite got the width. Using that medium weight, they're going to swing.
That's right, yeah.
So
You know, it's one of those situations where, like, he's one down on the tee. Was he? One down on the tee?
Yep.
You get it out, you're one, maybe two. If you flick the jack, you're a score. You weren't going to be any worse off by playing bigger at it.
No.
And like we spoke about before the game started, or just as the game started, that shot on these greens is the hardest shot to play. But, like I said, a lot of these guys, first time here, a lot of them I'm not too sure about. Well, Halekulani's got grass, so not too sure about how often they play on synthetic greens like these ones either. A lot of carpets and different sorts of greens around these days. They're not all just plastic, so certainly have different idiosyncrasies between the surfaces. And there's also all different sorts of carpet these days as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure which sort Halley has on their new green.
Yeah.
I'm told it's quite good to play on.
Well, Birrong's in the same region as Padstow, aren't they? And they have the
Padstow and Cabramatta.
synthetic, yeah.
Well, Cabras is different again, isn't it?
Yeah, the carpet.
And once again, Patrick, one of his first two bowls, that's maybe, 60 centimetres behind at the most?
Yeah.
But it's nearly on the line. It'll look closer from the mat end. And a little bit of pressure on the Halley boys. I'm just going to run a little bit. The downhill direction got him, do you think? Maybe?
Yeah, well, maybe. He seems to be fighting the line on that side. He's using a tidy set of bowls, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Playing, like I said, that's the narrower side going up and then the wider side coming back in the quicker direction. Just seems to be struggling to find the line a bit.
Well, that's another great bowl from Patrick. Just short of the jack.
Good shot.
Sometimes I wonder the bowl that's that 3 or 4 centimetres off the jack is actually even better than the front toucher.
Yeah, because if they hit it, it'll just roll over onto the jack and the jack won't go anywhere.
The lead wanted to change his hand then, Andrew.
Yeah, I'm not certain that would have been the best move.
No.
At least on that hand he's playing now, you've got access to get round the bowl to the jack. On the other hand, I think you just run into the bowl and turn it up to the jack. So Patrick Caldwell, well, anything a foot behind the jack is brilliant.
Anything behind the jack, yeah. Beat your own bowl. A flick of the jack on the way past would be nice.
Just a reminder, anyone looking for the scores, and I'm talking to you, Brett Pieper, you can find them on Bowls Link or through the app or the website, either one. Jump on the Bowls New South Wales section, click on the rookies, pairs, and then click the little button on the top that says live, and you'll see some live scores.
It's got a good track on this one.
And in fact, what I can do,
very unlucky.
if I hit reload on that, why isn't it coming up? Don't you love to think when things work? It's supposed to come up. There we go. 2-3 behind after a few ends is the answer to Brett. People looking for the scores, they are now going across the bottom of your screen. I'll pop those up every so often. But you can see that exact data by going to Bowls Link.
Just slipping out of the counter, I think.
Birrong still holding, looks like, maybe 2.
I think it's 3.
I think the back one's in as well.
Yeah. Looking out the window.
Just going to sail past. Well and truly. What point on the green do you aim at here, Lennon? Do you pick a mark on the bank or a spot on the green? Or
Oh, everybody's different, aren't they? Chelsea probably... Oh, no, what do you do?
I look on the bank.
Yeah.
I like to look on the bank, yeah.
Yeah.
I started looking at the green, and then as I started playing longer, I went to the bank.
Yeah, I sort of pick the shoulder of the bowl, so I suppose is what
Yeah.
they say. That's what I do. Or look for an area on the green, like you've got to get your bowl out to.
Yeah, sometimes I do look on the bank, and if my bowl's going over a mark or something, I notice that.
he's got a nice friendly little rub there. That'll be second shot anyway.
How do you do it, Andrew?
On a point of the green mark, I usually try and I'll start off going jack high, looking there, and then adjust backwards and forwards to get my weight.
Yeah.
For a very slow green, I might actually aim up near the bank, even on a short end, just to try and convince the brain to throw it. Occasionally it works.
Getting down nice here.
Oh,
Run
he's
into it.
just going to get the touch.
Oh, it's unlucky.
I think he's still one. Maybe even... Yeah, one is the call.
It's a funny one on this hand because you can get trapped out wide.
If he gets a little contact on his own, it might be okay. He's just going to get the front. Well,
Wick.
I think it's still one to Birrong. Yep, one more to Birrong. Eight three.
Gentleman nearly tripped over the Jets lettering on the green. Then did you see that? He looked down and saw the letters. Nearly tripped himself up.
Well, we're here at the Rookies State Finals. If you just tuned in, we're watching round one now. We've still got a few round one games to play in our second session. 4 sessions to play the 3 round games. We're using 12 rinks. We needed 16, but we've got another solution. We'll play 4 sessions. So it'll be a mix of round 1 and 2 games, then a mix of round 2 and 3, and then all round 3 in the final session. We will be bringing you 4 games today. We've got expert commentary from Chelsea Renoff and Lennon Scott. And we're 5 ends into an 11 end match with Birrong leading 8-3.
Made sure of that one.
Yeah, we arrived.
I think Halekulani really need to win an end to get the mat. Not just to score, but to get the mat.
Try and break the rhythm.
Yeah. Yeah, they need to change something, I think. Obviously, the easiest thing to change is the length, the positioning of the mat for starters.
Well, Chelsea's not your first trip here, and you're not your first game on the synthetic. Was played at Marimbula in the state juniors. What do you think the differences are between the synthetic and the grass?
Oh, I find the synthetic truer. It definitely depends on the club you go to. But yeah, always playing behind the jack on grass because it tends to be a bit slower, I think.
I think what you're highlighting there is it just depends on the green.
Yeah.
The indoor green at Morella certainly does not run as fast as the synthetic green here.
And they're different. The different characteristics, like I said. So on some carpet greens, you tend to poke up on a line and attack the jack.
Yeah.
Whereas on these greens, you can't really do that. You need to trust the line and let the bowl do the work and come back to the jack. So and every different artificial surface, and even from venue to venue, like they can change. They can vary quite a lot.
Yeah, because even Marimbula, they've got the 2 carpets. One carpet's completely different to the next.
Yeah.
And the type of carpet as well, because
That's right,
Warilla's
yeah.
carpet's different to Cabra's.
That's right.
So
And then you've got the one this one up at Soldiers Point is different again. And
Yeah.
there's all different sorts of carpets.
I do enjoy playing at Warilla, I have to say. I played there in the indoors. That was good fun.
We played our a pennant game there recently. They had a pretty good game. Very tight game. They got us by a single shot in the last bowl. Overall. But yeah, depends on your green as well. And there's a big difference between Cooch and a Tiftdorf and a bent green. I dare say, Chelsea, you've never had the pleasure of playing on a bent green.
I don't
mean warped. I mean the bent is the grass type.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
There's not many of them around now because they need a lot of maintenance. We used to have one at my home club, and it was a huge advantage to play at home because it would swoop even more than this synthetic does. If you didn't take your grass, you were punished.
Yeah, wow.
Well, another great bowl from Birrong and covers that jack up brilliantly. So they're holding a few.
Are we at the stage of the game now where we've just got to bust it open?
Well,
are we at that stage yet, Andrew? Do you think?
They've got to do something. They cannot afford to drop a big multiple this end again. At the moment, it'd be going out to an 11-3 lead, more than halfway through. You wouldn't be in the dire straits, but you'd be you're in trouble.
It's just one of those in-between shots again that was attempted to play. I wouldn't be advising that. Like I said, it's just... I think you just got to bash it or you draw it.
Also like that call from Patrick there. He's signalled in between that wide bowl and the head. He finishes a counter 3 feet away. He's in brilliant home. That's perfect. So you've counted, not quite covered, but you've got fourth shot. So if they do have a big drive and get rid of all three clean, you're still shot. And he has gone that stronger weight. Just still got to take a little bit of grass. Now, I'd say if you're Birrong, here. You get a bowl there, you count, and you're also covering those three bowls.
I think he's along the same lines of thinking, Andrew.
Just hasn't quite thrown it out enough, but that's...
Get behind's the main thing.
Might just be out of the count.
I think you have to go again.
Well, you've got best back. You try and hit the shot pole, put the jack out of bounds. And I think he's overcorrected for the grass.
He's taking some weight off though. No, but you're all right.
I think I'd have gone forehand quick.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter which hand you play, but yeah, it's like they're rookies, and there's a lot of pressure on that fellow with that bowl. Really, he's thinking, okay, if I don't get it or I don't change it, we've pretty well lost the game.
And you can't have those thoughts in your head when you're playing your bowl.
No, if you have that, you get off the mat,
So what you need to do is get on the mat and say, this is a shot I'm playing.
Yeah.
Don't think about consequences if I don't. You've chosen your shot. You either hit or you don't.
Yeah, it can't be in two minds.
All it is I'm playing this shot.
It's an experience thing though, isn't it? Like I said.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, like he would have been... All those things would have been running through his head.
Well, it's another 4.
Sometimes, like you said, Andrew, you tend to be too perfect. And when in your quest of trying to be too perfect, you end up, erring on the wrong sides.
Yeah.
Did hear an interview with one of the up-and-coming AFL players who had a kick after the siren to win a game. And they said, you seem to handle that with absolute coolness, calmness. How'd you manage that? And he said, well, what we've trained to do is to not worry about the consequences of a kick. All I'm doing is kicking that ball. That's all I can control. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to go through my process. I'm going to have my kick. If it goes through, great, I've done it. If it doesn't, well, I followed my processes and I'll get it next time. So That's the approach, is just to go, well, this is what I'm going to play.
The old 6 inches between your ears gets in the way, though, doesn't it, Andrew?
Oh, yes. The days you know you're playing well is when you walk to the mat and you go, there's my spot I'm going to hit, bang.
Yeah.
You don't even think about it.
No. Sometimes it is that, though. You overthink it.
He's leading well, this fella.
He's really setting up. I think even Lee Schreiner would be happy with that lead performance.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
Because I know Lee Schreiner says, don't be short. Should be just be past the head. The positive. It's not too bad a reply again. He's played some reasonable ones. Patrick's won the battle, and that's put the pressure on the Halley team.
Yep. Yeah, the Birrong skippers have been able to play with a lot more freedom.
And anybody asking who we're going to have on the stream next round, I can't actually tell you till this game's finished, because our draw for state events is now winner of round one. The two winners, they'll play each other, and the two round one losers play each other. And then they'll play the opposite team in round three. And that guarantees that all of the last round matches are live.
They matter.
They can all make a difference to who wins and loses the section.
Close here? Can you turn enough? Not quite.
We know that we'll have two 1-game winners, 1 2-game winner, and 1 2-game loser in round 3, unless there's draws. And that makes it even more interesting.
So he's changed his hand to tidy up here. He trail the jack, get it down to his own 2 bowls. It'd be sensational. It's close. That's 3 absolute horns.
Great bowls.
Excellent.
You'd be happy with that. Very happy.
Happy? An understatement.
Over the moon.
100%.
I almost consider giving the game away if I play 3 like that.
Oh, you would not.
Be saying I can't do any better than that again, so that's the pinnacle. An attack comes out. If it hits, it's great. And he's close.
Hurry. Good shot.
Great bowl.
Great shot.
Great bowl.
Great bowl.
Played it with confidence. Very good. I like it.
And needed to change something in the game.
Definitely.
Yep. Good shot.
The only time there's a wrong shot is if you don't get what you were trying to play for.
Yeah, like I said, and circumstances and conditions and all that change that. You know, like I said before, about sometimes what you would consider to be the right shot on these greens here is quite often the wrong shot.
Yeah.
Right, so we're just going to run the score ticker along the bottom again for you. Birrong skipper. It's only the second time he's been under pressure. Shane McManus. Well, his line's fairly good, just a fraction quick. The other important thing here for the Halekulani boys is to accept that maybe they're not going to get all the shots here. Certainly go for it. You've got a few ends left to play. But very importantly, close the gap. We are playing sectional play. And particularly in the rookies, in the early few years, we saw that someone would lose their first game, win the next 2, and the first game winner would lose a game. brought them right back into the section, and they'd storm home to win it.
Yeah, the first round, if you lose, obviously it's more important in the first round to keep it close, if you can, in sectional play. So it sort of gives you an idea of what you need to, or what's possible with the next game, especially the last one, if you happen to win the second.
And the other thing is, if you happen to lose and that guy wins the next game, the third round, they may be playing someone with either one or no wins.
Yeah, so the motivation's less, yeah? Or the interest level is a bit less?
Well, the other thing is that you go into a third round with no wins, you're going to go one of two things. You're either no motivation or it's let's go out on a bang.
Yeah.
But you're also under no pressure.
Yeah.
You know you're not going to proceed. So all of a sudden you play with absolute freedom.
Yeah.
And everything you do works.
Yeah, that can happen, yeah. Yeah, that can happen.
And I've said it plenty of times in particularly pennant finals I've played in where we know we're not going to get through. We've come out in the third round against a team that's swept everyone before them, and we've played like champions and put them out of the running.
Sometimes they put a bit too much pressure on themselves too when they're in those situations. The people that are actually leading.
Yes. And how many times do you see it in a multi-game tournament? Clubhouse leaders after the second last round come out against the team and they go, oh, well, you've got it. You're playing a team no wins minus 100. And the team no wins minus 100 comes out and goes bang.
Happens all the time.
Well, Shane's just going to drift around again.
Landed that wide bowl there, he would have made a good fall.
One shot to Halekulani. It's at least a step in the right direction.
Interesting to see what they do here, Andrew. They've got the mat, so I'd be changing it right up. Like, I'd be going something extreme.
T to T, I'd think I'd be going.
Yeah, I'd be going. Yeah, that's a bit odd.
He's not moved it very far at all. Probably a metre forward from where Patrick had it.
And I think the jack is going to be in a similar... Oh, it's a bit shorter. No, it's a bit shorter.
Yeah, what's your go-to
Me?
when you need to switch it up? What do you do?
Everybody knows. Short.
I
Very
like,
short.
I like a short.
Very,
as well.
very
I do
short.
mat up, jack on the tee.
Yeah.
It's he's a bit shorter than we've had. Not hugely though.
But like, I mean, you know, like in saying that, Chelsea, like when you're actually playing the game, sometimes you make a decision and you make an assessment that what your preference for go-to might be, it may not be applicable.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you might have to say, like, bugger it, I have to go, like,
T to T. Yeah. Yeah, because it depends on how you're playing on the day and also the person you're versing.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, you might be playing some sort of like a medium to short end anyway, and your change-up going minimum isn't going to be that big a change-up.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Try to find where you're going to beat your opponent. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
I do remember a game I was rolling T to T. So I said, why are you rolling T to T? You're not getting them close. I'm getting them closer than my opponent is.
100%. You're not in competition with the jack. You're in competition with your opponent.
Exactly.
You don't have to get inside the jack. You only got to get inside his bowls. Or her bowls.
Yeah, I remember I was versing Katie Astley in the indoors. I was going T to T and she was loving a minimum length. So that was very different.
Well, resume normal transmission for Patrick Caldwell.
Yeah. He's pretty happy with it too. Very happy with it. Can you get a replay of his reaction there? That was pretty cool.
Oh, I can replay what we had. See, when they cross over, I'll replay Patrick's bowl. We might see it.
Good shot.
Although
That's a good shot. Gives the skipper a chance.
Great ball.
we've got 2 replays to play now. Maybe 3 after Patrick's bowl. He plays exactly the same bowl as his previous.
Yeah, let's see his memory.
I just feel like the Birrong boys have had the opportunity to find a bit of a rhythm, like more so than the Halley boys. Halley boys have been sort of chasing nearly every end.
Yeah. Yeah.
And yeah.
So we've got Patrick drawing a toucher. You see his body language at the back. It's very entertaining. Come on, come on.
The foot tap. Great bowl.
And then the response.
Good shot. This one needs to be in the head. If they want to give themselves a good chance of winning, this one, I think this one needs to be a counter. Put the opposition under the pump. Not quite. It's got a good line, but
Just the speed. Just seen Chains just struggle with the speed a little bit.
well, I think it's got something to do with he's played all manner of different sorts of shots, and it's hard to get into a rhythm and come back to the draw and to actually know the speed when you've been playing all different weights. And that makes it even harder too when you're going uphill, downhill, and you're playing different weighted shots in different directions, and yeah. Just need to recompose and try to find the weight and put one on your side of the scoreboard, and hopefully you get into that rhythm and give yourself a chance of winning. Under that with good weight, no. And see, I find that a bit odd too. Like open hand, you just got to get counters into the head. It doesn't really. You don't have to play anything spectacular. I don't understand why he wasn't just drawing down on the forehand.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Probably scared of touching the jack, but even if you go a bit wider, sit out on the wing.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. If you touch the jack, your bowl should still be shot anyway. So you go from one down or one up to one up, like, and at least you're getting bowls in the head.
Yeah. Changing it up, making it harder for.
Yeah, and then
the
you make
other team.
then you make the opposition player shot,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just going to be a little bit rounded again. So he's going to stick with that hand. Plenty of traffic there. He's tighter.
Steered it a bit.
On his last one.
Right in a bit of a rail here, Andrew. It's hung around, I think.
Yeah, good enough. Problem has he shown John the path?
There's something interesting, right? We've been speaking about that side of the green being a little bit wider, and there's a little bit of a discrepancy in regards to that when it's on the shorter length. You can punt up there and ride a little bit of a rail on the shorter length on that hand. Once it gets up around the tee, you'd be taking 3 times that grass.
Yeah.
Just his speed's going to let him down there. Well, actually, on a narrower line, it wouldn't have been too bad because he had a chance to sit. So they've got 2 of their own bowls. They've got concede 1 already and then measure the orange. I like that he's being taught to measure properly. Got the stable base, down on the knees. Notice the hand with the measure is resting on the green.
You and your bloody umpires, technicalities of the umpires, the way you love it.
I'm just
We
praising.
talk about it all the time.
Praising his technique, mate.
Every year, I love the way he measures this guy, or I don't like the way he measures. You got to come from the bottom to the top, or the top to the bottom, or whatever the hell it is.
I'll praise someone who does it properly.
I want to see you measure now, Andrew. Have a look at your technique.
Oh, it's ugly.
Are you a top to bottom guy or a bottom to top guy? Yeah. You'd be a top down guy.
Depends on what I'm using.
Okay.
What do you mean top to bottom?
So coming from the top down to the bottom, or from the bottom up to the top. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
so
when
if you're
you-
using
when you-
calipers,
yeah.
or when you're trying to find the part of the bowl.
Yeah,
or-
yeah, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
calipers, you're supposed to work from bottom to
From
top.
bottom to top, correct. Yeah.
I had to think about that, which is a bad thing.
I was trying to put you on the spot.
Oh, I saw the measuring of curling the other day. That was interesting.
Yeah, but
And they've got the big thing on ice. That's cool.
Isn't it funny though? Did you see the reactions of the ladies on the sideline when she did that? Right,
No.
they were sort of debating whether she'd measured it properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what sport you play. Obviously, like bowls, you talk about, oh, he didn't measure that properly. He had the angle, the
Yeah.
tape on the wrong angle, or blah. It happens in curling too.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, like the big pendulum thing that they've got.
It was cool.
The opening bowl of the end is a good 8 metres past the jack. A little bit of a rush of blood.
Good opener again. Good opener again.
Patrick Caldwell.
Yeah, he's putting on the first bowl pressure.
Halley boys have just been searching for the green. Like it's been the difference in the game. Like I said before, the Birrong guys have been able to get into a bit of rhythm, largely thanks to the lead. He played fantastic, and the Halley boys seem to be searching. They're chopping, changing hands, and playing all different matters of different weights and shots, and it makes it hard.
Particularly if you're a newer bowler, I think at least for the first 2 or 3 ends, if you can just play all draw shots. Don't try and do anything too fancy. Unless the big opportunity is there.
Yeah.
But just try and settle into that rhythm, get yourself going.
Oh, there's nothing worse than, like as a skipper, right? Because I've played a lot of skip. There's nothing worse than having to drive with your first bowl.
Yeah.
It's nothing worse than that.
You just want to find your feet, get your confidence.
The first couple of ends, you just, like I said, like you said, Andrew, just get your confidence, find the speed of the green, get into your rhythm. Then after that, like whatever. But yeah, when you get up first end, whack, whack, and then next end, whack, whack, and you're like, oh, jeez.
I don't know how to draw on this ring.
Yeah, that's right.
Patrick, he's got a couple of rippers to start with. You're just going to put an exclamation mark on this end.
Front of his own bowl's good. Oh,
Just a little on the tight side, just out of the count.
yeah.
But still, Birrong holding 2 as we cross over, playing end 9.
Three ends to go. They need 7 shots to snag a draw. You know, you probably need 2 here to give yourself a good chance.
Well, you've heard of Junior's run rate theory. He says once it's over 1.5 an end, you're struggling.
Of course, yeah. The point I'm making is I don't think you need to play a shot with this bowl. And that's what he tried to do.
It's not too bad a result, though.
Yeah, it's not a bad result.
It's got rid of 1. So if you have just tuned in, you're watching the 25-26 Bowls New South Wales Rookies State Finals. It's round 1, session 1 of the pairs. First day of our 4 days here at Raymond Terrace. We have 11 ends each round, each game. 1 trial end to start.
Little trail of the jack. Little trail of the jack. Oh, that's a good shot. That's a very good shot.
Well, that's just kept them hopes alive, I think. Probably holding a couple.
Could be able to manufacture a number out of this, depending on what happens here.
Big bowl from John Semple in this game. Wants this to swing hard. Just going to be around the back of it.
Beats that, it's still... Oh, no, he's just gone behind it. So there's a chance of making a 3 or a 4 here.
Could even be 2 or 3 at the moment.
You reckon?
It could be 2, I think. I'm not sure about the Orange Bowl.
Oh, he's a bit quick.
Certainly, if he just touched that jack straight down the line 3 inches or so,
Yeah.
I reckon he'd have been 4.
Yep. I think he's just
He's only
signal
said
1.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so there's an opportunity there. Holding 1 little 6-inch touchy, a 4, and you're right back in the game.
He's just not quite sent this with the right determination. But definitely second shot.
Yeah.
So 1 to Halley. And that's just as, not quite as good as getting shot, but not far off.
They've been winning a few ends in a row here, so hopefully they can keep the momentum going all the way to the end.
Make a game of it at least.
Yeah. Because like you said, it's only first game. Sectional, it's all different.
Just close that gap up.
Yeah.
That's right.
6-12, you've got 2 ends left to go. You need 2 threes for a tie.
Get as close as possible if you're not getting the tie, you can get as close to it as possible. All these players have won through to this spot, to this end of the competition, right? So they're all competitive. They're all going to be able to play.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
they're all able to knock one another off.
Exactly.
So you need to keep the margin as small as possible. Hopefully, you get a result in the next round or two, and jag a spot in the quarters.
Yeah.
There is a fairly broad variation in experience out there. We've got a couple of guys who have actually played number 1 pennants.
Yeah.
A very rapid rise.
Oh, I remember old Rick Lucy when he won. He was playing 1 grade pennants.
Jordan and
From Austral.
they won the state reserve pairs.
Yep.
It's their second year in the rookies.
Josh won the singles last year in the rookies.
Yep.
And they're going to join us in commentary for next round. For some of the game. It's their session off. I'm keen too.
It's a good line on that hand for his bowl, I think.
Well, it's pretty well down from Heath.
Good shot.
Yeah, nice ball.
Yeah, I think Heath would have been, it's easy to say now, but I think he would have been better served by just sticking to that tighter side. Seems to like, the tighter line. If he had just stayed up and down on that side, I think he would have had a bit more of had a better game. He's been a little bit erratic in his line at times, and I think that's got to do with the chopping and changing early on.
I don't know who has been giving them any coaching, or what extent of coaching some of these players have got. Some have got access to slightly
Another good bowl.
very well played.
Very good.
I do know Josh has actually sought out coaching, and he got some coaching from Fergo when he was at St John's Park. So, of course, Chelsea, you've had access to a couple of decent coaches in Wilkesy and during your time with the juniors.
Yeah, and I've had a few sessions with Carl. And I'm actually off to Bargo in the next few... Well, I've actually moved already, just waiting for my transfer to change over. And we've planned a few training sessions with a few of the Australian players, which will be good. With Harley and Ben, they've been very good for me.
Because you're talking about Harley McDonald and Ben McCall.
Yes.
Thanks for raising Ben McCall. He was in the side that beat us in that pennant semi-final that I talked about earlier. It's pretty good number 4 pennant side that had Benny McCall as one skip and a former state singles winner in James Cook on another in grade 4.
So you've had a number of different coaches, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you a bit of a loaded question.
Okay.
What have you gotten out of each of one of those coaches? It's a loaded question.
Okay. Oh. Well, Carl Healy, definitely attitude.
Yep.
He spoke about, because my goal at the time was get into the gold squad.
Yep.
And so he spoke about selectors not only looking at your bowling ability,
Yep.
but the way you hold yourself both on and off the green, like encouraging your teammates and applauding, and even if you see a player that's down, you go up and encourage them. So, like, be up when you're down, pretty much.
Is it fair to say that each one of those coaches that you've seen has been more about like psychological aspects of the game rather than the physical aspects
definitely
of the game?
Definitely.
And so it's about mindset and approach and attitude and all those things.
Of course.
And I think a large part of seeking out coaching, it's not about can you bowl, is your point and push here and there.
Yeah.
I mean, that it's not so much about that. And you can correct me if you think I'm wrong, but it's more about your approach, the psychology of the whole thing.
Yeah, 100%.
Maximising your opportunities, what type of shots to play in certain circumstances and all those types of things.
Yeah, exactly.
That's exactly what John Semple's just done there. He's played a couple of crackers. He was a couple down, drew shot again. Put the pressure on Shane McManus, who's now got to decide what to play.
And I think that's the biggest part of it is you can learn those things by yourself as you go along, or you can do what you've done and seek out advice from other people.
Exactly.
And you actually learn it faster that way.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the main benefit of engaging a coach, more so than the technical aspect of it. I believe it's picking their brain.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Especially in a singles game. It's a very mentally
100%.
tolling, especially because you're just in your own head.
Yep.
Don't have any teammates to talk to.
Yep.
So it's always good, especially when you have a coach on the sideline. You go off, have a chat with them, even if it's not about bowls. Just to get your mind off it. If you're losing, you go talk about, what'd you have for lunch?
Yep. Yep.
Pretty well down again. Just going to run through it, but it will be one more to Birrong. So Birrong will win this game.
Yeah, insurmountable lead. So
it is sectional play, so we will play the last end.
Now it's important for the Birrong boys not to say, okay, sigh of relief, we've won. Like you said before, and like we've harped on about, it's sectional play. So you need to really ram whatever advantage you have, and you need to ram it home. And you put yourself out there in front of the rest of the group with a bigger margin, and makes it harder for you to be chased down. So if you lose a game, you've got a bigger margin. It's harder for you to lose the section.
Take advantage of your opportunities. They've lengthened that jack up as well.
Yeah, this is the longest end we've played by a mile.
It's a bit like if you've got last bowl as a skip and you've got 6 feet to draw a shot. We keep saying they're the free kicks that you have to take.
Yeah.
And often they're the ones that win you the game, not the one where you've got 2 millimetres. That's the ones where you add the extras.
And 100%, and we probably all know it, but it's about how do you talk yourself into it, right? And it's about your approach and your mindset, and that feeds into the question that I just asked Chelsea, right? I mean, we can all sit back here and say, we all agree with that, but it's easy just to be ambivalent, when you jump on the mat.
Well, it's an easy shot, so you don't concentrate as fully. You step on, and you just lob it down, and then you go, I'm 10 feet short.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I've always learnt when I started bowling is you can always take shots. I always forget that I can do that in singles games and even pairs and things like that. I just forget. So if you have had a few ends where you've lost and you've got the shot and it's hard to get to or something, just say, oh yeah, I'll take the shot just to get that momentum. And I always forget about that. But it's good to know.
Well, the Albatross once told me the best bowl I ever played was the one where I said, that'll do, and just put it backwards behind me and said, we're not playing it. So that was the best bowl I ever played.
See, you weren't thinking about it.
No, I didn't play the bowl. Took the shot.
Oh, all right.
There we go. Not playing that one.
Oh, and that was the best bowl you ever played?
Yep. Said you didn't give the shot away. And that's the thing. You get the one. So you're 7 in front with 2 or 3 ends to play and you're holding one, you've got a chance to give it away. Just take it. You got 8 in front.
Yeah, exactly.
And a lot of the time, like Chelsea said, sometimes it's just, the most important thing is to break the run or gain control of the mat and then change the length or, stop the opposition from dictating the terms.
I've also seen it and done it. Actually not played the last bowl when down, because even though there was a chance to make shot, there was a 90% chance that it was going to go horribly wrong. And rather than give them 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, just go, you know what, one down, we're still in front.
Yeah.
And I did see Bailey Meddy in a state junior pairs a couple of years ago concede one to push himself 2 behind with 2 to play. But there was a big risk of dropping more. He backed himself to be able to score those 2 shots in the last 2 ends. And he actually didn't just score 2, he scored a couple more than that and ended up winning the title.
Yeah, great.
It's play with confidence, but...
Yeah, sometimes you have to be happy to drop a 1 if it can go terribly wrong.
I reckon some of the best skipper's bowls I've ever seen is the ones where they've drawn 2nd or 3rd shot. So we're due to start our next match at 11 a.m. So we're running pretty well ahead of schedule.
Yep.
We may be a couple of minutes early, but no guarantee that sections will be here till about now.
No, well, they were told to rock up at about now.
Yep.
Yep.
But keep an eye on the YouTube page. We'll be live again.
Probably after this round we'd be able to speed it up a bit, yeah? Like if a game finishes and this is ready to go, because everybody will be here, right?
Should be.
Yeah.
There may be some that have got the second round and lunch break off that will return at sort of that 1:30 mark anyway, so...
Yeah.
But it is reasonably warm out there today, so I dare say some of the players will appreciate the little break between games.
Yeah.
I'll put the scoreboard on the bottom up again. It should start flowing.
We've got most of the game, quite a few of them finishing now.
Yeah, all packing up.
And we did allow 2 hours between games based on looking at the time the matches took last year. And while we've got a few finishing up, there might be just that 1 or 2 that are slower there. The slowest in the herd dictates the herd speed.
Yep.
I'm surprised that other green isn't finishing up. Isn't that green a little bit slower?
No, the other green's a bit faster.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, okay. Well, to be honest, the other green over there is potentially faster,
Yeah.
but sometimes, as a rule, this one might just play a little faster.
Oh,
but if
okay.
you put if you wet it and prepare it properly, and that one can
Right.
definitely be faster.
Okay.
And the greens were watered this morning. Well, it's a great bowl.
Good shot.
He's run it in to score in the last end, so it'll be 1 to Halekulani to finish.
Yeah, we can get green 1 running, or green 2, I should say. Well, and Andrew would know. We can get that running around 19.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah. 18, 19.
Yeah,
But if you let it dry out, it can run 15, 16.
All right. So thank you, Chelsea, for joining us. You've got to prepare for a game now.
Yes, I do. Thanks for having me.
Go do your stretches.
Do you want some of the sweet things out of the yogurt bucket?
Sure, I'll have a few of those.
So thanks for that. And thanks,
Thank you.
Lennon, for looking after us once again.
No worries.
We look forward to everybody's company in about half an hour or so, I think. I'll try and hit the right buttons, and we'll thanks for joining us. We'll see you again soon.